Soz, I love that. I really am enjoying that. I don't know why. It's the little things. I realize I am a little thing kind of gal. Like the stuff that really makes me feel good is the simple things in life, like the walking on the beach barefoot in the shallows, like, oh, here comes the sun. And like the sun, yes, sun, you too. The sun is amazing. Standing under the sun, charging my hand chakras, charging all my chakras, connecting with the earth with my rubber shoes off, which don't forget that rubber insulates us from the earth's energy. So perhaps there's someone out there, and I know there is because it's already in the field, that is going to invent the shoes, or I think there would be shoes that everyone can walk around every day that are connecting them with the earth's energy. They probably would have copper in them, or maybe even silver or copper. One day we shall walk the earth with silver and copper shoes, and we shall be constantly recharging and re-energizing and revitalizing. That'll be amazing. I feel like, I don't know, I'm always fidgety. I feel like my camera is not quite in the right spot. I'm not quite in the right spot. But what is the right spot? What is the right spot? Is that it? Is that it? Is my mic in the right spot? Why am I saying this? I don't know, because whatever I'm saying, I'm meant to. Something about being in the right place at the right time. Is that something? Okay, I've been more so with these little talks calling in my angels, my guides, my higher self, and my source energy, universal, all that isness that we all are. So I'm hoping they're coming through now. So I'm just going to keep talking and just allow and see what happens. Who knows? Anything could happen. I don't know. There was something I wrote this morning. So as I've mentioned numerous times, I'm a big writer and I just have these journals everywhere and I just write stuff as it comes in. And I've been on a code cracking journey, and it's really important, I've found, to actually note things down and not just rely on the memory, because it's better in the now to be in the moment. But then sometimes my moment now might like to reflect back on another moment now that I actually wrote on my little book. But I wrote down this morning, if that makes sense, I planted a seed in the field, and above that in brackets I put quantum. I planted a seed in the quantum field. Now I understand why it's a quantum field, because the quantum field is a field of creation, and we have seeds that we plant via what we conjure in our mindscape, in our imagination, in our thoughts, and with our words, and what we put our focus and attention on is all creating here. That's why you want to be careful what your attention's on, because you are then adding that to the field of creation, like a little seed. So I planted a seed in the quantum field last night. It was one of self-realization of one's divinity. This was not just for me, but for all of us. And then I had in brackets the one. All we have to do for it to grow now is to water it. By seeing yourself as the divine, and then to grow it more so, you see the divine in everyone, everywhere. So as we see ourselves as part of the divine oneness, that is what some people call God, or that is the Most High, the universe, source energy, whatever tag you put on it to identify it. Remember, words and titles are like references, so we know what we're all talking about. Eventually, we won't even use words. We'll just be telepathizing with everyone. But okay, so it's huge. Like when we realize that we are one with everything, and so is everyone else, because everyone else, if they're here, is part of everything too. Like I've said, and I'll say it again, all that is all that is. So if you are here, you are part of all that is. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that. So as you see that in yourself, like, have you ever gone to a mirror? And this is interesting because part of me's going, the mirror reflection is not real. The mirror reflection is a reflection of the real, which is from the inner self, the inner source. So have you ever gone to the mirror though to see your reflection and looked in your own eyes? I'm looking at my own eyes now in the screen reflection. Oh, I've got the light. The sun is in my eyes. That's beautiful. I can see the sun reflecting in the pupils of my eyes. Whoa, wild. But have you done that and looked into your own eyes, looked into your soul and seen the sun, seen the light, seen the source energy? Wow. Are you doing it? Can you do it like, oh, hang on, you're not looking in the screen? Or even if you can, use your camera or on your phone or computer and look at yourself. What'd be interesting actually is, so, because I'm seeing the mirrored version, so I'm not actually seeing the version everyone else sees, am I? Because, is that so? Oh, that's bending my mind already. But maybe do that and look into yourself and know that you are so much more than that reflection. Go for the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul, so they say. But as we see that within ourselves, I think seeing it within yourself first before you see it in others is important. But then as you go out in your everyday, really start looking at everyone else as that source energy too, as that divine energy, because everyone is. Like, look past the sour face, look past the grumpiness, look past the facade and the illusions, and know that everyone, everything, everywhere is part of the all that isness, the divine being of the universe, source energy. You know, I was just thinking, as I was saying before, about looking in the reflection. I went through a period of time, I think I'm past it, I'm not sure. I think so. I might go test it later, where I could not see myself in the mirror. When I looked, I couldn't. It's a bit tricky to explain. I was looking at myself, but it's like my face and my face, especially more than anything, kind of wouldn't hold. And I'm looking, and I felt like I was looking at a stranger. And I couldn't quite. It kind of freaked me out, to be honest, a little bit. A lot, a little lot, because I just couldn't look at myself and see myself. It was like my face was different or changing, or I couldn't relate with the reflection in the mirror. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I just could not see myself. And I really spent a lot of time not looking in the mirror, except when I put my makeup on. And then I'd kind of do it quickly and go out. That was probably a period of time where my makeup looked really bad. But I could not tangibly look at myself and see myself properly. I don't really understand, and I don't know why I'm sharing this now. There must be a reason. I'm going to go check that later, because I haven't really actually gone. I mean, I'm looking at myself now. Interesting. Okay, I kind of recognize myself now. I'm looking at myself. Maybe it's different because it's on a screen, but then a mirror is also like a screen. And as I am coming to the conclusions through experience, through learning, through listening, through watching, through observing, through being the witness, that the reality that we see on the outside is just a reflection from the inside. So when we try and change things from the outside, that is, as I have mentioned before, it's like trying to say, if you're looking in the mirror, why have you got a glum face, Care? I will tell you why. Because it's like trying to come in, and this, so imagine that's my reflection in the mirror, and I'm trying to make myself smile by pushing on the sides of the reflection of my face in the mirror. Is that ever going to happen? Nah, tell her she's crazy. Crazy lady. So it's funny because we do that in life. We keep trying to change the world via the reflection. It's like when we go out and we have war. When we go to war, that's trying to change something. That's coming from fear. That's trying to change something on the outer reflection. There's actually, that's probably not the best example because there's so many more layers to that, and that's related to the fear that causes people to, oh, do I tell that story now? Do I tell that story now? So I did mention it yesterday. Okay. I'm not sure if I should just bring the video up. So this was a nighttime bath epiphany. And so I was in the bath. That was, I know, Sunday? I think it was Sunday or Saturday. It was Sunday. Not that long ago. And I was just relaxing. It was beautiful. Got my music on, my frequency going. It's nice and warm. I've got all the salts in. I've got the oils. I've got my crystals there. I've come in with intention to be in calm and in peace and just relax and allow whatever. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw like a shadow up in the corner of the ceiling. And I looked at it. And at first, I kind of like looked and went, maybe it's from the candle. And then I went, no, that's too distinct. That's actually massive. That's big. So it's like in the corner. It was about that big and dark. And I'm like, what is that? Is it a moth? Is it a cockroach? Is it a spider? And it was just there, but I couldn't see. So because it was quite dark, and I just had candles on, but a very dim light, dim lamp light and candles. And I'm looking, I'm going, it's fine. It's just a black smudge up there. It's nothing. So I'm relaxing, but my eyes kept going to it. And I'm like, oh. And then actually, as I'm looking, I'm going, is that moving? Is that moving? And then I'm swapping eyes going, oh. And then it was actually lined up. I could see the bath screen. So I'm like, okay, I can see it's this far from the bath screen. I'm going to keep an eye on that. And then I'll be able to notice, because if it comes closer, I'll know it's moved. And then I notice it moved because it was getting closer to the top of the screen. And I'm going, it's fine. I'm okay with that dark, ominous smudge up there moving closer towards me. And then I'm like, I'm okay if it's a moth. I'm okay if it's even a cockroach. But what if it's a spider? And what if it loses its foothold and falls in the bath with me? Because it kind of looked pretty big from where I was. Or not really, because even if it was a spider the size of my hand, look how big I am. Look how freaking big I am. Like, I reckon a spider as big as my hand is going to want to stay away from me, just in case, because who knows what I'm going to do. But I noticed it was moving and moving. I'm like, do I get out of the bath? What do I do? I don't know if I can relax and be here knowing there's a dark, ominous smudge up there in the cornice of the ceiling moving towards me because I don't know what it's going to do. It could do anything. It could drop on me. It could drop in my bath. So I had this moment. I was like, I don't know if I can relax. And then I did relax and I went, you know what? I'm okay. I'm safe. And I started soothing myself. And I went, nothing bad's going to happen. Because even if it did come across and lose its foothold and fall in the bath, because I'm pretty sure I let it, whatever it was, even if it was a little spider, it's not going to attack me in the bath. That would be silly. First, it's got to get in the bath where it could drown. It is not in attack mode. It's not super sleuthing attack mode. Ninja spider coming to get me. So I started soothing, and then this thought process started coming in of that's how a lot of people feel with other people or places or things in life. The fear gets them and they see this dark, ominous smudge of unpredictability up there in their peripheral vision. And fear kicks in and they don't know what it's going to do. It could do this, it could do that. It could drop on me, it could bite me, it could do something. And what I understood in that feeling is what happens is, say, for some people, if you thought if there was a spider up there, you might kill it. You might go, oh my God, it might do something. Boom, dead. Poor spider or poor bug, even if a cockroach or a moth, like everything is here to have an experience just like us. How crazy that we just smite things because they might. We smite because they might do something, but you don't know. And I would say with most little creatures, they just want to steer clear of us because we're probably the most scary, unpredictable creature there is on the planet. So this thought process is coming in, and I'm understanding too, like with the control system, the system of control, where there's been a number of us fall into the fear down the dark side of the force. And I feel like the mass populace, the hoi polloi, the peasants, potentially, to them are that dark smudge of unpredictability. Not knowing what at any point what we might do, so therefore it's either catch and control or to get rid of them before anything happens. So this kind of all came in. It was like a block thought. It sort of encompassed everything in that sort of realm and train of thought. And now I think where we're at, there is that understanding that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. So people in fear, whether it is on that mass scale where we've had this control system that's come into effect in our reality because of people being in fear of what could happen, that is the dark, ominous, unpredictable smudge of the people, of the populace. So now, did I have a solution? I think the solution is related to where I first started, because we've got to change from the inside out. And we can't change, like I ended up, let me just go back to the bath, completely soothing myself. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Whatever it is, I don't think it's coming to get me. I don't think it's out to get me. And it's had a pretty good foothold the whole time along that little cornice going along. I doubt it would, just at the point where it's above me in the bath, it's going to suddenly lose its foothold. These little creatures are pretty good with how they navigate walls and stuff. how amazing they can climb walls. So I soothed myself and went, you know what? I'm okay. I'm happy to have the dark, ominous smudge. I'm going to take the word ominous out. I already taked out the unpredictability, because from what I've seen so far, it's going to be fine. It's just going to keep going, or it might even turn and go back the way it came. And I soothed myself into relaxing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to close my eyes, listen to my music, soak in the warmth of a bath on a dark winter's night by candlelight, enjoying the ambience. I'm not going to be affected by any dark smudges on the scape of my reflected reality. And I'm just going to relax. And I did. And then my son burst in to come into the toilet, and then his dad had a torch and he pointed it up at the little shadow, and it was a cockroach. And I'm like, wow, it was a big one. It was a big cockroach, but it's okay. It was fine. Like, if the cockroach fell in, I would just scoop it out, save it. I don't want it to drown. And if it was a spider and it did fall in the bath, I would scoop it out and I would save it. I'd put it outside in the garden. So what am I saying here? So the solution is going back within and soothing oneself, and then the outer reality changes. And now, you know what? I don't even know where that cockroach went. I even think later it wasn't there. Was it ever there at all? Interesting. That was interesting. So that's what came up. And let me just see, did I read all of this? So, it is related. So what I said at the start about planting the seed, I'm just reading my little book notes, is even seeing the divinity. Like, our creatures are divine too. They are all that is because they're here. And perhaps we need to stop treating them as less than, and each other as well, because everybody is worthy and deserving. Everybody and everything. And we are all here having an experience. And if we can, each of us, start with ourselves, see our divinity, and see the fact that we are actually part of a whole, part of a one energy that everyone else is. And then in your day, as you go out, start using those eyes, like use your realize that you have realized to see the world differently. And everything within it is part of the one energy. Everything is divine. Look through the reflections, and this is probably another video now because I'm up to 14. But the reflection of what we are seeing is all telling us something that's within us, because we are creating, we are projecting out from the inside out our life reality, our experience. So utilize that. Don't react to things in life. Take the time to note them and go, okay, what is it that I've got within me that I might want to shift? Like the thought that ninja spiders are out to get me while I'm in the bath. So I just wanted to plant that seed. And I think that's it. I did have some other stuff, but I'm going to save that for Tomoz maybe. So I'm going to go, and I hope wherever you are, you're having a beautiful morning, arvo, evening. I'm sending much love. With my eyes, I see you. I see you. I see you, divine soul, in your divine divinity, and in your all that isness, in your universal source energyness. And I'm giving you the love that I know you're sending back. And I know that we're in this time now and things are changing and they're a little bit scary. But it's okay, because we're going to create, we are creating, we actually have created something beautiful and is coming on in. I will actually quickly say what I wrote down, because this is another thing. Hold the course. Don't let the delay, the time lag between creation in the etheric with your imagination and manifestation in the physical deter you. Keep going. Keep going. We have already built this beautiful world, and now we're going to just ease it on in seamlessly into our reality. But hold the course. Do not give up. Do not give up the dream. It's really important. And in every day, like nothing else matters. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're seeing who you are, who you really are. And also give that gift to everyone else. Because when you give that gift to everyone else of seeing their divinity, you're actually giving that to you. And the fear dissipates. Let's just bring in the love. Let's bring in the love. Okay, I'm going to go for real this time, for realsy. And I will pop back in to Moz.